Hello traders, you're looking at the euro dollar on the daily time frame. We have a trading opportunity and I want to run through how I did my analysis on it, and hopefully we're going to track this trade live and see whether or not we hit targets or if we get stopped out. So I'm going to put a structure level on here. As you can see that this was a new structure low. We had violated this level and we'd been very bearish until we'd seen this little retracement down to here. And so what we were doing is we were retracing up to this area here where we could potentially look for shorting opportunities. Now I'm just going to zoom in a little bit. I'm just going to re-highlight that area and highlight the wicks. So from the bottom of the close of the candle to the wick to there, you can see that we've come up to test that zone. If we drop down to the 4 hourly, what we had here was we had on the 4 hourly an AB equals CD pattern completing right up within that zone. We also had some fib confluence. We had the 382, that was a little bit higher. Was it this leg I was looking at? Yep, we had that 618. I'm just going to leave that fib on there so that we can see it. And typically with these AB equals CD patterns, what we're looking for is a retracement back into the 382 for targets. And I'm just going to put this fib on here. So we're bearish on the daily time frame, and we have this AB equals CD pattern. And what happened is we hit this kill zone, we retraced to this point, we did not hit the 382, we rallied up, and now we're coming back down. So right now on the 4 hourly we are bullish, but overall we're bearish on the daily time frame. However, we made our initial low retracement and we still haven't made a lower low to come down and hit potential targets. So at the moment I'm looking at the market that it could be bi-directional. However, I am aware that we just have not yet come down to hit those targets. And this was something I was looking at yesterday. So what we did here, we had this kill zone here, which was the new structure high, and then I was watching this double top form, and I was considering getting involved in this trade on this lower low lower close candle right here. However, I didn't, for the simple reason that if I put a structure level on here, while we have structure here and here, it wasn't at the top of structure, so I had to wait for this double top to form for us to get a new structure low here and then retrace for a 2618 trade. So this is extra confirmation that I needed. Now typically you would enter the 2618 trade at the 618 to get short. However, I did not do that. I typically don't like 2618s because of the risk to reward, but in this instance I waited for price. I'm actually in this trade live. I waited for price to retrace past the 618, because if we drop down to the 15-minute time frame, you can see that I was looking at a couple of things. I was looking at a potential harmonic move taking me up to this zone. At just 9 pips above that we had the 118 even handled number, and I was keeping an eye on the RSI. So we blew past the harmonic move, but as we approached this level we did go overbought at 85, and as we've just started putting in these wicks here, I got short. So instead of entering at the 618, I've now got short. Well, I'm going to do this on the demo account just so I can show you at this level. And then targets, well, my target is going to be, I'm going to have 2 targets. And for the targets, I need to go back to the 60. My targets are based off this 60-minute time frame. So first target will be a retest of the lows here. I'm going to make that green. And then my second target is going to be the retest of the 382, which is the completion of that AB equals CD pattern, which is the daily time frame bias, which is bearish. Okay, so we're looking at a risk of 28 pips for target 1's 46 and target 2's 86. So I'm going to go ahead and on the demo account just sell this market. Again, the demo's just for this purpose. Targets, I just want to be above that 382 and just above the close of the candles there as well. So we'll wait and see what happens with this 2618 trade. Okay, so I'll pause the video and I'll hopefully come back and hopefully catch the targets being hit, hopefully not the stops being hit, and see how it plays out. Hello traders, I'm back. The time now is 10 to 8, so around 11 hours have passed since I started the first recording, and we can see that we have now gone and hit targets on the euro dollar. You can see I've actually moved my stop to 2 pips past break even, so we came down and banked 46 pips on this trade. Again, just to clarify, the 2618 trade is not something I will trade. However, my bias was bearish on this trade, and the double top and then the 2618 gave me the opportunity to enter. So it was quite an aggressive trade because the double top didn't form at the top of structure. However, I waited for the 618 to be tested. I then looked at the lower time frame where we got overbought and we got rejection candles, and as you can see, my entry was 117.98, and we only spiked a few pips above that before rolling over. So it's nice to catch a winning trade when doing videos. Most of the videos I end up recording, either I don't upload or it just shows the analysis. It never actually shows the trade through to either winning or losing, and the reason for that is very simple. 70% of the analysis that I do gets thrown out the window, so it's an awful lot of videos that get done that nothing happens with them. What I can do is just quickly go over as well, the last video I posted was regarding the pound Aussie and Euro New Zealand. It was 2 trades I spoke about. You can go back and watch the video on it. These were 2 where I did the analysis, but I never recorded the outcome of them, and I can just quickly go over these. I won't go over the whole workings out because you can go and watch the video, but what we were doing here was on the pound Aussie, we were in trend continuation, so new structure low, outside return, new structure low, and then we'd actually put in this complex pullback up here, and my stops were just above the swing high here, and I had a risk of about 70 pips, yep, 71 pips, and I was playing for a retest of the lows for 270. However, on the 4 hourly, and obviously on the hourly here, we'd actually put in new structure highs above the previous outside return, which for a trade this size invalidated trend continuation for me. So instead of going for a retest of the lows, I actually played for fib targets, and the fib was the 382, and just to show you that this trade, as you can see, hit for 66 pips. It was a few pips more than that, but 66 pips. And the other trade I just wanted to show you was the Euro New Zealand. Here it is. Again, it's on the last video, but I'll show you this. We had this rally here, this very bullish candle, and then we had this rising channel indicating that the market was going to run out of steam, although the channel itself was invalid for me because we did not have any divergence. However, even without the divergence, we can clearly see this is a sign the market was running out of steam. You can still see my workings out here, and what I was looking at was these candle wicks here, and I could see that the market was starting to run out of steam at this level. Then what happened is I woke up the following morning and we'd actually double topped in this zone. So we'd come up to here, retraced, double topped, and again look at these candle wicks. Now I entered once we'd broken this trend line, so it was this candle that I entered right here, and so that gave me a risk of that much, and my targets were just above these highs here at, no they weren't, sorry, they were 10 pips above the 167 even handled number, which is right where that line is. So what the market did was I sold it here, we pulled right down to this point and decided to retrace. Now with this being a double top, we pulled back for a 26.18, and if I put a fib on there, typically you'll sell at the 618, and as you can see there's a 618. We pulled down, rallied up, and then made the move lower. So quite a painful trade, but nevertheless the analysis was correct, the entry was correct, the stops and targets were correct, and this was a winning trade for 76 pips. So 76 there, 66 or 70 on the pound Aussie. We just banked 43, I believe, on the euro dollar. Yep, I believe 43 on the euro dollar. So it's nice to see the outcome of those trades.